Music Theory with Miss Kearns. We're going to learn about chord progressions with our C scale. All right, so the C scale, or any scale, actually it starts on one letter and it goes up and it ends on that same letter. So the C scale starts on C and it ends on C. Okay, so for a D scale, it would start on D and then end on D, and so on. Our letters are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's 8 notes total of our scale, but we also have our half steps in between, which is 12 notes total. Now, the major scale has a particular pattern. It's a whole step, half, whole, half. What does that mean? A half step is when you move from one key up to the very next one, which would be this one. That's called a half step. Okay, a whole step would be 2 half steps. So you go from here to here. So when you move from C to D, you're moving a whole step. Okay, when I move from D to E, I'm also moving a whole step because I'm skipping this half step and going to this one. When I go to E to F, I'm only moving a half step because they're right next to each other. F to G is a whole step because we're skipping. G to A, another whole step, skipping this half step. A to B, another whole step, and then B to C are right next to each other. So that is a half step. Okay, another thing I want to point out is that you may notice that the musical alphabet stops at G, and that's all we have for music. We have 7 letters in the music scale. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it stops and starts over at A. So once we finish at G, you always repeat, and it's all the way up and down the keys. Okay, next thing, we want to know how to create chords from our scale. These are just individual notes that have been grouped together, but we want to make harmony. So harmony is when you have 2 notes playing together. 2 or more notes. So what if we had 3? That's called harmony. To create a scale on any of these notes, let's start with C. The basic form is that you want to find the first, the third, and the 5th note. Okay, so if we're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, starting with this one, then we want to find 1, skip 2, go to 3, skip 4, go to 5. And that's our chord. Think 1, 3, 5 for a chord. Okay, let's build our chord on D. So we find the first note, D, we skip 2, we go to 3, which is F, and then our 5th note would be A, D, F, A. That's our D chord. Now we go to E. We find this would be 1, skip 2, go to 3, skip 4, go to 5. E chord, and it's that pattern. So 1, 3, 5 on F, 1, 3, 5 G, A, B, and C. And that's how you build chords.